Oh yeah, another day. Actually, I just came back to get a diff for my wagon. I'll go into detail later. All right, this is what I'm here for. It's again 300 SC. I think it was only 1992 and 1993 they brought these here, and well, in this form, because I think they changed the diff in 94 or 95. So 94 is when it worked too. So maybe only 3 years. This had a ASD diff. I think all of them that came to America did, because everyone I looked and run the VIN, they all have that option. So yeah, that's what I'm here to pull. But it just takes these people forever to get here. This yard is kind of like backwards, cash only type situation. But you have to get tires, and then they're gonna come and lift the back up, I guess they said. And I'll get to work. I'm just gonna cut it out. All right, didn't get to get it going up, but God, there's ants and shit everywhere. But at least it's off the ground, and now I could get the diff. It's gonna suck. Yeah, so I decided I'm gonna chill for a while. You guys look, boom. There's like ants everywhere underneath the bottom. They're crawling all on that thing. I don't wanna go in there right now. I guess I'll come back later. I need a long sleeve shirt or something. There's so much mosquitoes here and a ton of ants. I already got bit today on my nipple. It's ridiculous. Out of all the places. I hate ants. All right, well, I took it out and I decided to pull it someplace else because I'm gonna wait until the weekend because they got a different person at the parts counter. This guy's trying to rip me off because they told me like it'd be 130 to 130 for the diff, and then I come again and the guy's like, what car is it from? Tell him Mercedes is a different guy, and he's like, well, it's $250. And I was like, why? And he's like, well, these diff go for like $400. I'm like, you're fucking lying. But whatever, no one was gonna get this anyways. But take it out. I'm gonna hide it to the weekend, and hopefully they the other lady's there. But I don't know, this is the diff. It's heavy as hell. See, has his little lines through it. I got this. I'm just gonna purchase this today, so I purchased something, I guess. And it's like the hydraulic control valve. Not sure how it works, but I'm taking it anyways, and maybe I could retrofit it and have this function somewhat, or have a controller inside that I could like electronically lock it by activating this pump. Who knows? But yeah, grateful I got this. All right, I just came back and just grabbed it. I decided I'm not gonna wait till the weekend, stressing out if someone's gonna take it or not, even though I know no one will. But whatever, I'm gonna get it back to the house because it does look slightly bigger, but it could just be that this rear cover is different. But who knows? Whatever. I'm just gonna have to pay more because that guy's still here. Didn't wait till the weekend because I don't want to wait. All right. Back home. Finally got this thing out, which I'm pretty grateful for. I left it there for a day, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go back when another person's working there because that guy wanted to rip me off and whatnot. And I was just like, shit, I don't want someone to take this after I did all this work. So I just went back, paid. He initially wanted, I think it was $260 or $250, and it went down to $190. And he's like, oh, you're getting a good deal on it. No, it wasn't. Like, they go for $80 at normal salvage yards, but he's like, oh, it's a Mercedes, so it's special. I'm like, dude, the car's 30 years old. Anyways, yeah, happy I got the ASD diff. There's the accumulator and control valve for it. Fortunately, since I have a wagon, it has SLS on it. And then some people, I looked online for like diagrams, more information about this whole entire setup. Online, they were telling me, or and some people were like, oh, you can't use it if you have a SLS, you can't tie it into it. And then I looked up the diagram, and Mercedes just ties it into the SLS, or self-leveling suspension system. It goes through that first, and then the I guess outside of this goes to the SLS level thingamabob that's underneath the car. You know what I mean if you know what the cars are. But so yeah, it can be used, and I'm gonna figure out how to adjust that. Clearly, I'm gonna get a new accumulator, clean all this stuff up, get new lines. I did cut a few, but yeah, like this one goes to this to pressurize it. And then I think this is a return, and there's two other lines. I don't know what they do. I know where they go, but not their purpose. But I found some diagrams of like how this works on a 201, So I'm thinking it's the same on this, on a 124. So I'm gonna get the other one to see the differences. If I actually have to swap the internals, or I could just use this housing. Because if I can use this housing, I'd much prefer that and just swap the back cover. All right, here they are side by side. At first I thought this one was significantly smaller, but I think it's actually the same size. It could just be clearly has a bunch of flex disc and a bigger flange on it. But the hubs line up. As you can see, they're the same diameter or similar. This might be marginally smaller. Yeah, I gotta figure that out. But the backs line up. This is slightly, I think they're the same. I don't know, I think I might just be freaking out. But this could be slightly further forward-ish. I'm gonna throw it in the subframe. I'm gonna bring the subframe here, get that other piece for it, swap the back housing and stick it in the 124 V8 subframe and see how it is. But they're similar, but not exactly the same in my eyes. This is slightly further back looking at it, but I'm gonna measure it and see. But yeah, this is a 3.27 210 out of a C124 with a 5-speed. I got that to put into the wagon initially when I was just gonna turbocharge it. But this could probably go inside the coupe because it has a 3.07 in the coupe, which I was gonna put in the wagon, but then I'd rather something with a limited slip. I know what company is that? There's someone that make basically like a torsion diff or something like that, but I heard